All right, we're going to watch a bunch of videos where it's lawyers versus the world. Let's see if these attorneys get themselves in more trouble. Let's see if they can talk their way out of it. I'm going to comment here in real time as we watch.
Important that people understand how much that narrative changed and how much the dynamic changed and how different they treated him because some white lady in pajamas showed up without any identification and said, "I'm here to represent him."
Local lawyer claiming everything changed when she showed up at a traffic stop in Homewood.
This is the Pittsburgh police traffic stop shared all over social media this week.
Apparently, they actively looking.
People asked, why did he get pulled over and what are they searching for? We found the driver and asked him.
I turned my turn signal on, made the left. He turned his lights on and told me the reason why he stopped me was because I didn't turn my turn signal on.
Pittsburgh police pulled Teron West over in Homewood, and this picture of the traffic stop spread quickly on social media.
They all got out the car. They were surrounding the car, flashing their flashlights, and the one officer said, "Oh, there's weed right there."
He claims police saw this near his emergency brake, a small bud of marijuana, and that sparked the search. He tells KDKA he stood handcuffed for nearly 45 minutes until...
Then this lady just pops up, says she was my lawyer. And everything changed.
Use your privilege, baby. Use your privilege.
Attorney Kate Lovelace doesn't know West. A community activist called her, and she drove right there.
And said, "My name is Kate Lovelace, and I'm an attorney, and I'm here to represent him." And he said, "What's his name?" And I said, "What's your name?" And he said, "Teron West." And I said, "Teron West." And he asked Teron if I was his lawyer, and I said, "Do you want me to be your lawyer?" And Teron said, "Yes."
Lovelace tells me she didn't want to stop or interfere in any investigation, just wanted to provide support.
Yeah. When she came, she saved the day. She came and saved the day.
Shortly after, Pittsburgh police uncuffed West and gave him a warning. Lovelace says the search didn't turn up anything, a relief since West's on parole for prior gun and drug violations.
Ooh, that's why
he would have lost his job. He would have been disenrolled from school. His girlfriend would have been left to care for the baby by herself.
KDKA learned officers were in Homewood Monday for what they called, quote, part of a larger investigation pertaining to the area, saying they're not at liberty to discuss the details.
I don't know, it made me feel targeted.
West works for the city for the past 2 years and says he hopes for this.
I want people to feel safe and protected and not have to worry about getting
harassed,
profiled because of their color or what their car looks like.
And Lovelace says that she feels like, if anything, her experience shows that sometimes you have to use your privilege, and she said she was happy to do so, if anything, just to make West feel a little better in that moment. Reporting live tonight, Megan Schiller, KDKA News.
All right, I love that. First of all, good for that attorney. It seems like there was some community program, which those things do exist a little bit in Chicago, maybe not like as quick as that on the scene. But like the Cook County Public Defender's Office has a program where if somebody is in custody and they don't have access to an attorney, they can't afford a private attorney, the Public Defender's Office goes there, which is typically not normal, right? Typically that's done inside the courtroom, but good for this sort of community program, good for this attorney, that's great. So what had happened here, if I'm reading between the lines, is they get a traffic stop, they know this guy's history, make no doubt and make no mistakes about it. They know that this guy's history, that he's on probation for weapons charges, whatever. They keep him there for 45 minutes, which is ridiculous. It's a prolonged stop. It's an unreasonable search just based off of that, searching one car for 45 minutes and deciding whether or not you're going to arrest him. And that's what they were doing because in the end, you know that they did not. They released him without charges. So they kept him there because of his history. They were looking for something, anything, a little nug of weed. First of all, in my opinion, is ridiculous to arrest someone for, but and in many states like Illinois is legal now or can be legal. But that's what happened there is they knew who this guy was. They were looking for any reason to jam him up. And that attorney did come in and save the day because basically all she did was call out the police by saying, what is it exactly that you're going to bring him in for? And then the officers couldn't keep that stop going any longer and they had to release him. That's essentially what happened there. I love it and good for that attorney. Yeah, and it's huge though, because they said he was on probation. So what that means is while you're on probation, you're basically under the court's thumb and you have to do whatever it is for the most part that they want. All terms of the probation can be different, but one certain term is you can't be arrested again. It doesn't mean convicted. It's a violation of your probation to even be arrested. No matter what happens with that case in the end, it's a violation, just the mere act of getting arrested. So she saved his ass right there more than most people realize, because he would be locked up. They would have filed a probation violation on the underlying case, and he probably would have been held no bond. At least if that was here in Chicagoland, he would be held no bond for quite some time until he can go in front of that judge and sort of resolve these two issues. So pretty big deal there. Saved his ass from being in custody for quite a while.
All right. Looks like the state has filed a 2-count information. One is battery, domestic violence. The other is disorderly conduct. You have the public defender. This is Mr. Rodriguez, public defender. What do you want to do?
Docket center.
Tomorrow?
What the public defender say?
Discretion.
Well, it's going to expire before I can get them in, so...
Not my emergency.
Public defender sounds like
Question. You want to set it for trial?
You can set it for trial if you want to set it for trial instead. Sure.
Well, you
I'm not waiving. That's if the question is, am I waiving? The answer is, I'm not waiving.
Just say it.
Okay, I'm not waiving.
I don't care.
I don't care either. I'm not
I
waiving.
just needed to set it for a date.
Well, normally we go to docket zone after that. If you want to go to trial, we'll set it for trial. That's fine.
All right. Speedy trial.
fed up public defender.
June 9th at 8:30. All right, that's a mandatory court date for you. You don't want to be late that day. If you haven't talked to your lawyer, you need to get it done, right? All right. Sir. You're Mr. Runkles.
Yes, sir.
Gonna do it again.
2 charges, assault and resisting. You have the public defender. Public defender, what do you want to do?
But they filed.
They have.
I'm not waiving.
All right, what do you want to do?
What do you want to do? I'm not waiving. If you want to set it for trial, set it for trial.
All right.
If you want to set it for docket sounding, set it for docket sounding. I'm not waiving in any case.
Wow, I wonder if this PD is in this room every day.
This is an
You know,
emergency
if I
created
had
by
a
the
rock,
state.
I would throw it at you right now.
You know, this is
Stop pissing me off. Just sit down. I'll take care of it. I don't need your help.
No,
Sit
you know
down.
what? I'm the public defender. I have a right to be here, and I have a right to
I
stand
said
and represent
sit
my
down.
clients.
If you want to fight, let's go out back and I'll just beat
Let's go
your
out
ass.
Oh, wow. Oh, it's a real fight. What a terrible decision by both of them. Who wins? I'm going with the judge on this one. I didn't even see him. I'm going with the judge. Where's the sheriff? Get your ass out there, deputy. Thank you. This poor defendant. What happened for the judge?
I will catch my breath eventually. Man, I'm an old man.
What? Where's the PD? Is that it? That's everything? Oh, I want to know more about what happened. But this is obviously extreme to get in a fist fight with the judge or the public defender. But the root of this is that PD is fed up. And clearly so was the judge. But this happens when you're in the same courtroom all the time, or maybe he's assigned to this courtroom just for today and it's brand new. I don't know. But the point is, you have case after case after case after case. And a lot of this is procedural. That public defender was saying, I want to move this case along. I'm demanding a speedy trial, which is a constitutional right. But the judge can still set it over for hearings and things like that. So there was some bad blood there, obviously. The crux of it is that the PD is trying to move these cases along, and it may come from a really, really good place in the sense that there's people sitting in custody or having prolonged cases when, in his opinion, it's necessary, especially on a domestic. You heard domestics and batteries being mentioned there. That is an issue where husband, wife, boyfriend, girlfriend, some people who live together, police are called, someone gets arrested. Oftentimes the other party, the complaining witness, the one who's the victim, chooses not to testify. And then that case oftentimes gets dismissed. And so the PD may be sort of jumping 3 steps ahead here and trying to sort of force that process, but it is a process, and the process needs to play out. Obviously, terrible decision. They're both going to be sanctioned. They're both going to be, called in and made to pay some way for getting in a fist fight in the judge's chambers or behind the courtroom. So bad idea, but I think I want to know more information, of course. But this stems from a PD trying to push and force cases, and that may come from a good place, but with a very bad outcome. And a little bit of word of the wise, there are some amazing public defenders out there. But if your public defender is constantly getting in a fight with the judge, that's probably a bad sign. Especially if, when they're all clapping for the judge and not for your lawyer. That may be a sign they could be in some trouble there. Why did they clap for the judge? I don't know. I mean, it sounds like the PD was the one who was short. In fact, you may have seen, I think I even said under my breath, like, PD's being an ass. And he was, right? He just didn't have the right demeanor. He may have had a good legal basis for doing what he's doing, but he didn't have the right demeanor. And so everyone seemed to side with the judge originally. Plus, he's the judge. People are just going to side with him, right? People give deference to the judge because he's the one in the robe. And apparently he kicked his ass.
Next, we're in Newark, New Jersey, where Judge James Convery is overseeing a divorce hearing. On one side is Benjamin Taylor and his attorney, Yvette Ramos Alvarez. And on the other is his soon-to-be ex-wife. To establish Taylor's total yearly income, a copy of his Social Security earnings statement has been requested by his wife's attorney.
Now Ms. Kolsky comes back after everything was finished except for the Social Security earnings statements, which he doesn't have.
He gets his Social Security every year indicating.
The earnings statement.
He gets his earnings statement. Okay. He gets it. He gets it every year. So she asked for it. Why didn't he provide it?
He doesn't have it.
He threw it away?
I would presume he did.
Oh, come on.
As you can see, Judge Convery is not buying the dog ate my homework story. So he decides to do a quick courtroom poll to prove his point.
Don't you get it? I get it. You get it? You get it? Everybody gets
Yeah,
it.
he's right. We do.
Social Security sends it to your home every year.
Alvarez, however, disagrees, based on her own experience.
No, I don't get it. They sent it to my home 4 years ago. I haven't received it in the last 3.
This is the final moment before Judge Convery says something he'll regret.
Well, when did you become an illegal alien?
Judge?
Alvarez is taken aback by the judge's comment. Not only is she of Hispanic descent, but she's also the former president of the Hispanic Bar Association of New Jersey.
Judge, I am going to... That was a totally inappropriate comment.
I didn't mean it. Listen to me.
As Judge Convery tries to backpedal, Alvarez moves forward, right out the door. Then comes the awkward silence. Alvarez returned to the courtroom 10 minutes later, and Judge Convery apologized, but the damage had been done. Alvarez later filed a misconduct complaint against Judge Convery, which, along with other public complaints, led to a public reprimand by the New Jersey Supreme Court.
Yeah. Stupid comment, obviously. I think he's frustrated and trying to prove a point that everyone's got it. But you're the judge, man. That's, you got a lot of discretion, but even judges can go over the line. It's a dumb comment, obviously, but I think he knows that she's not, and you know, he's made a dumb comment. Hopefully this attorney used it to, you know, advocate for a client. You know, maybe she got a new judge as a result of it. Substitution of judges are for cause as possible. I don't know about the individual rules there, but it sounds like that attorney used that poor comment by the attorney to her client's benefit. That's my guess here.
Hey, brother.
Hi, how are you?
How long ago did you get in a crash?
Like a year.
Okay. The reason I pulled you, you can't have white light emitting back.
What do you mean?
Your tag lights, they're supposed to illuminate your tag. Yeah. Those 2 white lights, all they're doing is shooting straight back. You can't have any white light limiting them back. So then that also doesn't illuminate your tag. And on top of that, you got a border around your tag that blocks the county that you live in. You can't have that on your tag.
Are you talking about the one that the car dealership puts up, the black one?
That silver one that goes around your tag? Yeah, you can't have that. You got your license, brother?
Of course.
Vehicle registered to you?
Of course.
Okay.
So, and you got your registration for me?
Probably a valid.
Do me a favor, roll down that other window for me.
Stop.
Thank you, brother.
Cops watching, looking around the car, looking in the glove compartment. That's what they do.
Where are you headed to, man?
Home.
Where's home?
On University on Pier Drive.
How long you been in Orlando? Huh?
I work here since August or so.
Okay, your address just still says St. Pete on your license.
Yeah, I need to update it when my tag in March.
Okay. Are you concealed weapons holder? Any weapons in the vehicle I need to be aware of? Nope, nothing illegal in the car. All right, so after I'm done, if I ask to search the vehicle to verify what you're saying is true, you don't mind?
I do mind, but
yeah, damn right.
I'm a lawyer.
Two different things, right? That you can hear in that officer's tone. He's trying to be super friendly and conversational, almost to the point where it's annoying. Yeah, that's just a trick question, right? Oh, because you don't have anything illegal, I can search your car. No. Two different things. You're not going to just give away my rights because I don't have something illegal.
Okay. So you know I consented, that's what I'm asking.
Yeah.
So you have nothing in the vehicle?
I have absolutely nothing in the vehicle.
Okay. And you don't mind confirming that by allowing us to look and make sure there's nothing in the vehicle? As you can
I'm
imagine,
confirming it to you verbally right now.
And
you have no reason to believe otherwise.
Okay. Cool. Just hang tight, brother, okay? All right, Nicholas. So 1, you got to get that fixed, those white lights in the back. Okay? If you keep getting pulled like that, you're going to get tickets nonstop.
I'll get it.
You understand that? That border? Take that border off. Understand that?
Sure.
Fix that address. Just giving you a warning for it.
All right, good. Good, because I was afraid that was going to turn into a, I'm going to search your car because you're telling me I can't search your car situation. Now, obviously that's not legal, but, officer can push and prod and backdoor and try to convince either that driver to give consent or make up some BS that he thinks he sees in plain view in the car that gives him consent to search. So, good. I'm glad that officer backed down. He pushed, but, backed down and did the right thing in the end. All right, so it certainly helps to be able to tell the cop that you're an attorney, right? I mean, they kind of back down, maybe a little bit. I don't know. You saw a couple situations there where attorneys got themselves out of some trouble. You saw 1 or 2 where they got themselves in trouble as well. Thanks for watching. Make sure you like and subscribe if you like to see these reactions to videos like this.